right, so we did not make it to our destination last night. The RV died on us on the way there, and luckily we could tell for a few minutes that it was about to die, so we made it onto a side neighborhood street, and it crashed in front of somebody's house. We think it's the alternator because the power accessories were just dying, and then it just died, and it won't start. If you try to start it, it just kind of clicks a bunch, but the interior lights come on if you open the door, and it makes sounds when you put the keys in and stuff. So let's try and start it and see what it sounds like, Schmerm. Yeah, not even a clicking sound at this point. So we slept on a street in front of somebody's house last night, and
well, we slept in the camper.
Well, yeah, not on the street literally, but you know.
That clear.
Yeah, so we trying to find a mechanic to bring it to today to have it looked at. Hopefully we don't have to get it towed there, because that'll be probably pretty expensive. And so Gary is going to come down and try to give us a boost, so at least we can get down to the mechanic. And I don't know, it depends on how often it dies. He may need to boost us a few times along the way. Yeah, we're lucky that this happened here and not like out in the middle of nowhere, like campground in Abraham Lake or something, you know. Then we'd be really screwed. But
don't keep doing it.
Yeah, we got nothing.
Not gonna make a magical change.
All right, so that's where we're at right now. We'll see how this develops. Okay, so updates. Gary and Elsbeth came and they gave us a boost. We were going to head down to Canadian Tire. We made an appointment for them, but the earliest they could see us was in 2 days. So we drove down there, and it actually drove really well. There was no issues whatsoever. The original idea was we'd leave the car there for 2 days, come back to Gary and Elsbeth's house, bring the kiddies inside and crash downstairs for a couple days. Then we thought, well, the car's running really well. Maybe we just drive it back to their place and park it in the driveway for 2 days so that the kiddies can stay where they're accustomed to staying, and it's a little bit less stress on them. So that's what we attempted to do. Driving back up to their place, the car, we got to a bit of a hill, and the car almost gave out. It just barely made it up the hill, and then another 10-15 minutes we came to an even steeper hill, and that's when she died out again. So it's like I don't know anything about cars. It didn't have the juice or the whatever to make it up the hill. So going back to plan A, Gary and Elsbeth just they kind of chaperoned us in their car all the way back, just in case this happened, luckily. So they just went back to their house because we're only like 2 or 3 minutes away. They just had to get something, and then they're going to come back, and we are going to boost the car again and then drive back to Canadian Tire once again and park it there for 2 days, pack up our stuff. There's a dump truck coming. pack up our stuff in the RV and then head to Gary and Elspeth's house with the kitties and set up shop there for 2 days until the Canadian Tire can see us on Friday, which today's Wednesday. We called probably 30 places, and of all the ones that answered their phone or called us back, Friday was the earliest anyone could see us. Some people, one person said they were booking into the middle of July. Today's June 21st, I think. Everyone else was like, well, next week would be the earliest. So we kind of just had to go with Canadian Tire. So that's where we're at. Just filling everybody in on what's happening, what's been happening. Oh, shut up. So the kitties, luckily, they don't have no idea what's going on. They're inside soaking up the sun in the windows. And they're not going to be happy when we have to put them in their crates for that car ride back to their...
So we're going to stay in their basement?
Yeah. I guess so, the rec room. So that's where we're at. I don't know. Fun day.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Well, we tried to make it back to Canadian Tire on our own, but we were terribly unsuccessful, and this is what it's come to. So I'm afraid to find out what this is going to cost us. We got 12 kilometers for the tow. Hopefully it's not too bad. We'll get it to Canadian Tire and we'll leave it there for a couple nights and hope that the fix is fairly easy. Like we said, pretty sure it's the alternator, but I'm the furthest thing from a mechanic. All right, so what are we at today? Right now, in this moment of time, we are driving down the street in Nanaimo, and look at who's driving. Shmoomaloo's driving for the first time in a month.
Well, yep.
Yeah, feels good to be the passenger for a change. And you may notice this is not the RV. You want to tell them what's going on with the RV, Shmurmally?
Well, it's sitting in the Canadian Tire parking lot right now because that was the only place in this whole city that could get us in before next week. But it took a while to get it there. I don't even really remember what happened, actually. I think I was dissociating just so I could keep myself sane. Oh yeah, they came and boosted us at our place that we had stalled at last night. We got it going, and then we got to Canadian Tire, and then we had a big conversation about what we wanted to do, and should we do this, should we do that, and no one really knew the best thing to do, so then we gambled and took a chance, hoping that we could get it back up to their place, and that chance failed once, and it stalled again, or it did whatever it was doing, and then they boosted us, and then we said, let's just turn around and get to Canadian Tire. So we ditched the plan to get back to their place. We tried to get to Canadian Tire, failed on us again, boosted again. Wasn't it literally right here?
Yeah, it failed on us right on the highway, right on the side of the highway.
Yeah. So it failed on us. We got one last boost. We said, all right, if this doesn't work, we're getting a tow because this is just too much on everybody. And right about here, it started sputting and making noises, and we knew at that point that we were done for.
We threw in the towel.
So then we somehow
Yep.
And then they towed us Canadian Tire, and there she sits.
So the tow truck for a 12-kilometer tow, $447.
And so that's the gamble that we took, and we lost the gamble, and that gamble cost us 400 and change. So
Yeah,
really, it was all for the bloody cats.
it was all for the cats. The tow truck driver, he took us for a ride in more ways than one.
What? Why? Did he scam us?
Well, I don't know that he scammed us. He just raped us in our wallets.
No, you have to cut that out. That's inappropriate.
He really gouged us.
Do you think he
There was a 20% fuel surcharge, which ended up being $70. There was 2 hours at $140 each, like per hour. So that was $240.
He wasn't around for 2 hours.
I don't know. Maybe it was 2 hours from the time he called to the time he dropped us off. Who knows?
Did you put up a fuss?
I didn't see the line item invoice until afterwards. Yeah, and then there was a fee for having to disconnect the drive shaft, which he said he had to do to prevent damage to the transmission, even though it was in neutral while it was being towed. So, I mean, my limited knowledge tells me that if the car is in neutral, it really wouldn't matter to the transmission. But hey, if that's wrong, any of you car guys out there or girls, put a comment in the video and let me know. Did we get screwed by the tow truck driver, or were those like legit charges? I just feel like 12-kilometer tow should not have really been $447. I was prepared to spend maybe $300, knowing that tows aren't cheap, but I don't know, that was a lot. But that's where we're at.
Oh
and
my gosh, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. You should have just told me the price and I would have just accepted it.
anyways, what's done is done. We're moving on with our lives. Gary and Elsbeth have loaned us their Dodge Caravan to drive very generously while we're waiting for... We should name the RV. She needs a name. I think she's a she.
Well, we shouldn't assume her gender.
Fair. We should ask her, or we should just lift her up in the back and take a look at what's there.
Well, gender and your sex is not the same.
That's true. Oh. Okay, anyways, we need to figure out a name.
I think spiritually she's letting us know that she's a girl.
Why? Because she keeps f***ing me?
Yeah.
Yeah. A, we need a name. B, so until she's ready to be driven again, we're going to be rocking the old minivan. And we're going to go for a drive, maybe to Coombs, Schmerms?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I need a drink, though. We should definitely...
I was just thinking, should we get something from... What should we have?
Yeah,
Thirsty as heck.
I was going to say, let's get coffee, but it's 5 o'clock. But, yeah, I'm really thirsty, so we need something to drink.
We should get a Frosty and share it.
Well, I don't know. I don't really want a Frosty.
Oh.
I'll take some sort of fruit juice or a Gatorade or something, though.
Oh.
Okay, so that's where things are right now. Thanks for sticking along with the ordeal. We'll check in with you later. So this is the Goats on Roof Market. I don't know if you can only see the little horns right now. They're chilling because the sun's pretty bright. Normally they'd be right up to the ledge here, grazing on the grass, but it's too hot for them, I guess. Or maybe they're got something better up there.
Okay, so we're in Coombs at the market with the goats on the roof. We've only seen one goat, but they only actually have 3, so the website says. So we've seen 1 out of 3.
I said I promise to behave soon. Once I get a new room, once I fix my hair up real nice, go the town. Roll the dice, I promise to behave soon. Promise. Once I find a new groove, someone who's gonna treat me right. You're a closed book and you got your secrets down on lockdown like you mean it. But you let me touch, let me touch, let me touch, promise, let me touch, let me promise, touch, let me promise, let me said I promise I'll behave soon. Once there's a new moon, once I get all my planets in a line. You say away more Scorpio than I'll ever know. Girl, get out of my face. Go to your resting place. Scorpio. Scorpio. You say away. Promise. More Scorpio. You're a closed book and you got your secrets down on lockdown like you mean it.
Look who's come out to say hi. Just chilling up in the sun, eating some grass. Showing us their weird butts. There's one. Nice profile. Good looking fella. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So we just left the Coombs market. Get anything cool there, Shmemily?
We got a cool sticker for Sean's water bottle. It's just a sticker.
It's a goat taking a poop off the roof onto Emily's head.
And I got this super cool mat that I was surprised Sean even let me buy, because it's not something that he would usually go for.
Well, it's not just my van. What the hell?
Yeah. So pretty cool mat. It's hard to see, but it's long. It's like some Indian type of mat. I wish I knew the actual name for it, but I don't, unfortunately.
I believe the word is carpet.
Okay, can you put the window
Carpet.
down? I'm dying. So it's a long, cool carpet that we're gonna put in the van, and I'm pretty into that.
And then what I'm most jacked up about is my other sticker, Andre.
The giant.
Well, everyone knows he's like Cher. When you say Andre, you just know it's Andre Rusimov.
3000.
Get out of here. So I'm gonna put these guys in their spots on the water bottle, which has kind of become my place for my sticker collection, which has just started.